Luke Aaron at Hexagon. What are some of the worst shipping stories that you've both had?
Oh, man.
For me, it was when I moved out here. I had my turntables shipped out here. They were Technique 1200s. They still are because they're tanks. And they were wonderfully packed by my mother with foam and bubble wrap, and they were just perfectly packaged. I could tell by the way they showed up, except for the fact that it looked like a metal pipe or something had come crashing down on one side of the box.
Oh, wow.
And they just left it. There was actual rips in the cardboard. I could see the bubble wrap and the foam peanuts coming out, and they actually left the package like this.
So someone dropped something on it?
It looked like someone
like a
dropped
pole?
something on it.
And then it was just sitting there on it?
And when I opened it up, the top, the shell over the top was completely shattered. Of course, the first thing I did was fucking panic, plug it in, check the pitch and the quartz lock and everything, check a couple records, and, the turntable worked fine. A claim was made, but, just thinking about that, if that had happened today, they don't make Techniques anymore. If that sort of, problem happened, they supposedly they're going to again, but replacing just that plastic shell, the dust shell, is like $100.
Sure.
Luckily it happened at a point in time where it was replaceable for 15.
Worst shipping stories. There's been a lot.
Yeah, you've had way more than me.
This year I've had 3 in a row that not getting stuff, which never happened. I almost never had lost mail until this year. But I've had systems, mostly systems. I know it's hard to find boxes for stuff sometimes. That doesn't mean you ship my Odyssey 2 to me. Just taping the outside of the box with that awful brown packing tape too. You know that brown, brown packing tape, which I think was outlawed because it's the worst thing ever. It's right there.
Yeah,
it's like that 25 before they had the clear packing tape. They had the brown packing tape.
Yeah,
and then I basically didn't talk to the guy like what the hell? Oh, it's just a system. I said, dude, part of the value is the box. You destroyed the box. That also happened with one of the things I don't have that you'd be surprised, because I love this sort of stuff, is I don't have a Magnavox Odyssey rifle. Because I did get one time, and the box was destroyed because they taped the whole... It was absolutely obliterated. So I shipped it back to them.
Remember that.
That pissed me off. That happened also with 1 or 2 other boxes that happened to, where they taped on the outside. In terms of carts, they were usually well packed. I have had carts packed in just a freaking envelope before. I think I had a Game Boy game sent in a white envelope. Like, people steal games sometimes. That'd be the easiest thing. I had a comic book sent, an expensive comic book sent. It didn't have a backing board.
Oh my god.
It was sent in at least they did this. They put it in one of those priority, those priority flat rate ones. They put it in that, then put it in something else, but there was no bubble wrap. This is a comic book worth hundreds of dollars.
Right.
And I got a good deal on it. So I don't think it was damaged, but it's like, come on, really?
Yeah. Vani always gets really, really nervous when it comes to ordering comics online. She won't do it, and I had to order a comic for her. It wasn't worth.
It should be bubble wrap.
It wasn't worth a ton, but it was just it was to finish off a series that she had in singles. So I ordered it for her, and it came immaculately packed. You know, they had bagged, boarded it, then they had done up this weird cardboard thing around it to make sure it stayed stiff, and then they put it in a bubble envelope and they shipped it. And I was like, okay, this is cool, but I am sure that anyone who's super into comics has horror stories about ordering them via mail.
And then recently, I ordered a Neo Geo Pro controller, which was a CD controller, and then it showed up unclaimed on the tracking number. The next day, it showed up unclaimed, so they tried to deliver it. The next day it was unclaimed, which never happens. Even if you get delivery confirmation, they usually leave a note, or they try to come back again or schedule it. So I go to the post office, and this is just the local post office. Terrible customer service for the most part at my local post office.
I like our local post office. It's just slow.
I've had really bad experiences. So I go to the guy. I'm like, all right, here's the number, tracking number. It says unclaimed. So he's like, oh, yeah, he says very unusual. The carrier did that. The carrier marked it unclaimed. They're not supposed to do that. So I'm thinking, great. My carrier's a Neo Geo collector that stole my freaking joystick. So I say to him, okay, so you can probably track it, right? You know who did that. Get in touch with the carrier and find out. They never did that. I didn't hear back from them. They had my phone number. I come back a week later. The same freaking guy working there. I tell him the story. I said, hey, you helped me out last week. Here's the tracking number. What happened? And then he looked at me like I was absolutely out of my fucking mind. He looked at me like, I was bothering him over my missing mail. So I never heard back from it. The good news is that, though, the fine people at Analog saw my distress on Twitter and sent me one of their nice wood Neo Geo controllers. So thank you, Analog, for sending me that.